All right, friends, today I'm going to be talking about body composition and the importance of building muscle mass. I'm going to be sharing some of my clients' results who took her measurements at home and she saw a dramatic difference in her body composition. And before we get started today, I know I've heard from a lot of people, they've been getting sick really easily. Germs are just going around. So I just want to share my favorite multivitamin and immune support. I love using the Xtend multivitamin immune support. It has helped my kids. It has helped me. It's also helped me with environmental allergies where I kept getting congestion and drainage. And through the special immune boosting ingredients like the 1316 beta glucans, olive leaf extract, turmeric, and so much more, it really does help to boost your immune system and keep it strong. So if you guys want to check that out, there's going to be a link down below where you can find out more information and start supporting your immune system today. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michelle, mama of 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. All right, today we're going to be talking all about body composition. So let's start with, what is body composition? So our body composition is composed of our fat, our muscle, our bone. So what is inside of our body? And so this gets important, especially as we're aging, because if we are not working on our strength, our muscle mass is going to decline. Typically, our fat mass will increase, and this puts our body in a more unhealthy position. So we want to be healthy on the inside. And part of this is making sure that we are keeping our muscle mass strong. And the other reason that this is important is because typically when people have been dieting, so they're doing a diet, they're following something pretty strict, they usually lose weight a little bit faster. What happens is they're typically also losing some muscle mass as they're doing that. And then what happens is you typically follow this diet for 2-3 months, whatever the length is, and you can't sustain it. And then you start going back to your old habits, maybe even eating a little bit more, maybe not. But since your body has lost some muscle mass along the way, your body is burning less calories. And then you put the weight back on and you're putting more fat on, and your body has less muscle mass. So it's really important that we get out of this cycle of dieting where we're losing weight rapidly. We're following something extreme that we can't stick to, because typically people are going to lose muscle mass along the way. And as we age, we don't want to do that. We want to actually keep our muscle mass, potentially put more muscle mass on. So just to give you some quick numbers on body fat level, this came from Vanderbilt. So women age 40 to 49 should have 19 to 28% body fat. So that means your body is composed of 19 to 28% body fat. Women age 50, 22 to 31%. So notice that it's going up a little bit. 60, 22 to 33%. And I also want to point out that men, their optimal range is less. Like, our bodies are just built different. And this is also why we can't compare ourselves to men, especially on a weight loss journey. Men typically also weigh more to start with. They might be able to lose more weight quickly. They might have more muscle mass than us, so they might be burning more calories when they're doing nothing. So men age 60, the percent for women was 22 to 33%. For men, it's 17 to 25%. So I just want to point that out, because sometimes when I'm talking to people, they're talking about their husband or some guy who's losing weight rapidly. Things are easy. We're just all different. So don't compare yourself. And I also, as we're talking here, I want to point out what visceral fat is. So when we hear visceral fat, this is usually the more dangerous fat. It's more related to cardiac issues, heart attacks, different things like that. So if we look at our stomach muscles and you touch your stomach, go ahead and tap it. So that is your fat on top. And then if you push a little bit deeper, you're going to feel your muscle. And then behind that muscle is where your organs are. And that's where that visceral fat can be. And that's that more dangerous fat. So if you see, guys are a good example for this. If you see them with that big, round, hard belly, that visceral fat is pushing out their abdominal muscles. And that is the more dangerous fat that we really want to avoid and has been related to things like heart attack and metabolic disease and different things like that. So if we have that soft, squishy fat on top of our muscles, that's okay. And I think we also need to normalize a little bit about having fat. Like, it's normal to have fat, have a little cellulite. I have some on my legs. Especially as women, our bodies are meant to have a little more fat. So we don't need to try to get rid of all of our fat or think that we can't have rolls in our stomach. Like, all of that is normal. We're meant to have fat there. And that fat also helps us to have stores of energy in case we ever need it. So today I'm going to be sharing one of my clients' results that she shared with me. And she is one of my personal training clients. So that means that she is using my personal training app. And inside of this app, I create custom workouts for her. So I have these little video clips of me showing how to do exercises, like a squat, for example, teaching you how to do it correctly, what to watch out for. And then I slide all these video clips around to create custom workouts. So maybe someone needs 10-minute workouts. Maybe someone needs 30. Maybe someone's a complete beginner. Maybe someone's a very beginner and we start with 5-minute workouts, just learning how to move through these positions correctly. I also have yoga videos. I typically record yoga classes once a week. Sometimes I do 2 a week. And then I'm able to put that full yoga class inside the app for my clients and really position these workouts strategically so that we're not overworking muscles, that we're getting that variety of exercises and really personalizing for them. And also inside this app, I create habits. So with my client, we have certain habits or goals that they're working on. So for example, this client that I'm talking about, one of her goals was to walk a certain amount of steps a day. So that was a habit in there. She was able to check it off. I'm able to see if she's doing it. And then she could ask any questions that she needs. So then my client is able to go in there when she has time, get her workouts done, send me a message anytime she needs, and then I can check on her. So it's a great way to have that freedom to do your workout when it's convenient for you, but also have a personal trainer who is there supporting you. So if you guys are interested in personal training for yourself and know that having someone lay out workouts for you and having some accountability is going to help you to start working out so that you can get in shape and feel better, then I encourage you to check the link down below. You can set up a free call with me. You can also just go ahead and sign right up for the personal training, and then we'll set everything up for you. And currently, I have a 20% discount for military families, for frontline workers, and teachers. And I also have discounts for missionaries. I do a little bit more of a sliding scale if they need a little bit more help. So if that applies to any of you guys, let me know and I'll give you that discount code. So during this time period of about 3.5 months, my client's weight was really about the same. But her skeletal muscle, so her muscle mass, went up about 7 pounds. So she put about 7 pounds of muscle on, which is pretty good. And her fat mass, so her body fat, went down about 9 pounds. So notice that dramatic change there. And her percent of body fat, so the percent of body fat on her body, went down about 7%. So that's a big change. And this was something she did at home. And so, things can be off just a little bit, but this definitely gives a general framework of what is happening in her body. And also the other thing that is really cool is that her BMR, which stands for her basal metabolic rate, increased by 100 calories. So it started off at 1266 and it went up to 1370. So what that means is your BMR is the number of calories that you burn just to sustain your life. Like if you're having a lazy day in bed, because our body uses energy to break down food, to regulate our body temperature, to do all those functions. So this shows that she is burning 100 more calories a day doing nothing. And this happens because of that increase in muscle mass. So when I said her muscle mass increased by 7 pounds, this has helped to increase her basal metabolic rate and helping her body to burn more calories doing nothing. So this is a really good metabolism boost. And so sometimes if you notice, her weight stayed about the same. And this client specifically wasn't working on any nutrition goals. We were really just doing personal training, but we do have specific habits, and she participated in my Healthy Holiday Challenge. And she had more of a focus on just setting habits around, I'm going to have a specific plan for leftovers. She has some good eating habits in place, but she didn't want to be specific, be restrictive during the holidays. And this is what worked for her at this time in her life. We all go through different phases. So she was able to take a little bit more laid back nutrition approach. But as I say that, again, she has a lot of healthy habits in place. So she was able to maintain that during the holidays and really not go overboard with all the sugars and sweets and leftovers. So she did have some strategies in place. So during this time, she had that walking goal that I mentioned earlier. So she would walk more inconsistently before, but she really committed to going outside and getting a good walk in every day. So she had a step goal that she was aiming for. And she also does workouts 5 days a week. She would do a mix of strength. Sometimes we do a little bit of HIIT, and also yoga for strength training, sometimes Pilates, where we were really working on her strength. And during this challenge, she challenged herself a little bit more as she was exercising. So things like a little bit heavier weights, a little bit more reps. So between these two things of pushing herself in her strength training a little bit more and getting out, going for more walks, she noticed this dramatic difference in her body composition through these numbers. But what she also noticed is that her legs were feeling different and getting stronger. She told me that she, touched her legs and she noticed that she could feel the muscle in that area that wasn't there before. She said she remembered it used to feel more squishy, and now she could actually feel that muscle. So this is where that importance of doing strength training, moving our bodies is super important when it comes to our metabolism and how healthy our body is on the inside. And I also want to read aloud this review that my client left after that Healthy Holiday Challenge. So I like to do challenges for my clients every once in a while, and we do this within the app, the personal training app. We create a group chat, and I have different goals for the week. I have little videos, different motivation. They get to hear from each other, so it's a really supportive environment. So she said, Michelle creates a supportive fitness challenges to bring out the best in her clients. As we progress through each challenge together as a group, she regularly checks in to offer encouragement and helpful tips tailored to each person's need. Michelle has a gift for motivating people while also making sure no one feels pressured beyond their limits. I have seen many clients, myself included, achieve results they didn't think were possible thanks to Michelle's positive approach. More than just physical gains, her challenges build a sense of community and accountability that keeps people motivated long after the challenge officially ends. I'm stronger, healthier, and happier thanks to Michelle's caring and thoughtful guidance. So she has been my client for a while now, and the support and accountability that the app provides has really made a huge difference in her health, and it's been something that she's finally been able to stick with and feels a lot more confident about her health. So make sure if you are looking for support in your journey, check the description down below. Let's set up a call and see if it's right for you. All right, guys, I hope that this episode was helpful in really understanding the importance of building muscle mass. I encourage you guys to head to the Healthy Beyond 40 Facebook group, get connected in there, share what's going on with you, your goals, your struggles, and if you had any takeaways from today's episode, there's also going to be a link in the description down below for that.